Week 2 begins in the console bracket. Hello everyone and welcome to Roulette Rivals 8 presented by 47 Speedrun community. Today's game is a console winners bracket round 2 match between RR6 runner-up IlikeHitman and the veteran speedrunner KkennyZ. I'm happy to have a co-caster today and one that's really familiar with this part of the bracket. Everyone welcome Crewdy.
Hello.
Since the winner plays Crewdy in round 3, I'm sure
Yeah, got
looking
a
forward
bit of a vested interest in this one.
Yeah, can you imagine? We aren't sure if this is going to be short or long. Of course, it's first 3, so it could end up being a 2-mapper, but the 3 maps for this, the 2 maps that I can tell, like Bangkok and Santa Fortuna, and then it may or may not be a quite long decider, but yeah, you're not supposed to tell that. And we will begin in Bangkok, which is, I guess, a short story for this last minute before the spin. This is a rematch from RR7. It was losers bracket round 5 and a 6-0 win for IlikeHitman, which included 2 photo finishes in Marrakesh and Chongqing and a quite confident Bangkok win. So there could be a reason for the pick by IlikeHitman's side, but of course Kenny will hope for revenge, which I think it's not unlikely. The picks are very balanced. IlikeHitman will be looking the favorite in Bangkok and then Kenny in Santa Fortuna, so everything looking good for that 3-mapper.
Yeah, I mean, if he's beat him there before, that's probably a tactical pick, I imagine. Just thinking, I've won it once. He's got a bit of mind games maybe as well if he knows he's already beaten him on that map before. So yeah, I imagine that's a tactical pick.
Yeah, and I guess we will begin here now in Bangkok. Would you like to run it down?
Yeah, so Jordan Cross, an explosion accident as Abel de Silva, and Ken Morgan injected poison as Morgan's bodyguard. That's quite an interesting one. You've got to get Morgan's bodyguard taken out without taking out Ken. I mean, it's not overly difficult, but it's just adds a little bit to it.
Especially with the live disguise, it will be... especially the unique disguise with the live kill method, sorry.
Yeah, normally you would take them both out at the same time and just kind of leave Ken or whatever, but now you're going to have to, yeah, get his bodyguard somehow.
Yeah, we will see if it's...
See, the Abel de Silva disguise does allow you to get an automatic Jordan ISO on the roof if you so desire, and it's an explosion accident, so it will be an accident kill anyway, so that could be a viable option, although IlikeHitman looks like he's going for Ducker's famed cake strap.
Yeah, the console champ is spreading his strategies in the console bracket. Of course, it's getting popular everywhere now, but it's nice to see by IlikeHitman. And yeah, so it's two kills where the bodies being found don't matter. I guess the Morgan bodyguard will be the one that you have to look out for, because Abel is another unique disguise and you can just fairly easily isolate him. Of course, he has his own cycles, but we see that around the waiter area or the meadow lounge, I think it's called.
Yeah, they might be, depending on cycles, they might be waiting a little bit, obviously, for Abel. Normally, if you have Abel, you would go for him straight off the start because he's directly below you, below your balcony right at the start. You can just jump down and grab him. That's what I would normally do anyway. So it's, yeah, it might be interesting timings because he's got quite a long cycle in and out of that room, I think, doesn't he? So
yeah, you don't want to be waiting for him a lot, but you also don't want to handle the cameras either. I think that's the restart for IlikeHitman. That's the reason for the restart rather, because he only went yellow there and immediately restarted.
yeah, sometimes it's easier to just restart, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah.
Probably the only map where that is the case, really, where yeah, cameras are almost an instant rip in some cases.
Yeah, and this puts Kenny in a 45-second advantage and has Jordan already isolated. There could have been an argument. Yeah.
I was going to say opting for the recording crew start, which is another perfectly viable for Jordan, especially since this is a remote kill.
Yeah, the remoteness makes it very affordable to isolate him up here. You could make an argument for getting the Able disguise and go up here and do it like in one go, like only...
Yeah, I say obviously Jordan, if you have the Able disguise, Jordan would isolate himself with you on the roof. And it doesn't take overly long for him to get up there, but yeah, maybe I think both of them thinking a remote is probably better here.
Yeah, and that will
what
be a
with Ken's cycles as well. Because Kenny looks like Kenny's. Well, IlikeHitman, I think, already has the letter using the snail. I'm assuming Kenny is going for the same thing.
So the
Yeah, he's
timings
got
for
a count now.
him, it will be a bit more difficult because IlikeHitman is going for first cycle, for which you need, well before the 2-minute mark, you need to place the letter, which I don't think will happen for Kenny because he's here at 152. That will be a second cycle probably, but he's dodging the recording crew as well, so I'm interested.
Yeah.
He's just going for
Well, I don't know what timing his second cycle is, but in that case, it might be more viable to go for the hotel staff lure. It might be quicker than waiting for his second cycle, potentially.
Yeah, that's the main approach here. And
We could even try something risky out on the boardwalk.
ooh,
If you can get his Calmer his guard, poke him, you might get away with it, but
you need
do they go for something risky?
You need to risky moments. Oh, that was really close for Kenny with the letter placement. Anything you want to do in the open, it will be twice as dangerous because you need the bodyguard disguise and you need the poke on Ken. So
yeah, the live kill spices that kill condition up quite a lot.
Hey, how you doing?
And with the hotel staff lure, you are probably looking to get it in 2 stages. Only isolate the bodyguards first and then get back for Ken. I'm really interested to see. I think it will be far from straightforward.
Yeah. Kenny's got perfect timing when able here. Into that side room, he shouldn't ever be spotted in there.
Yeah. Sedative items are sometimes used in here, but it is such a well-contained room that it won't be found for a long time, so it will be the first disguise for Kenny and the first kill with the remote detonation. IlikeHitman so close to getting spotted.
Massive push again, yeah.
Especially with the searching started, I was so sure that was a full-on, suspicious action, but no, gets away with it, but Abel is leaving the area.
Yeah, deciding to go for a good old coin lure.
All right there.
I'd love to see a coin lure in roulette.
That is such a versatile strategy. Place the coin and of course, unless half the Sapienza reacts on one coin, you should be good to go with the unique disguise.
Yeah, I think the guard at the door might have started reacting to that one.
Yeah, Abel's going for this one, but will be difficult.
He's not having it.
This could cost him a lot.
Yeah, this again, it's another case at this point. Should he have just waited potentially for Abel? Because his cycle must be around 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes for him to go in and out, as long as he doesn't get distracted any other way. But he's spent about a minute on this so far, and he's still got to actually take him out.
The good news for him is now, of course, only Abel reacts. I think once it only takes 2 tries to react him to one coin, so it's just really slow, and it costs him a lot of time.
I feel like he's probably going to lure him all the way across the balcony here into the other room. I mean, he get him on the balcony, then throw the coin in the other room, and he should be fine. But yeah, this is quite a long, and he's lost him there. Kenny is waiting for Ken's second cycle here. Looks like he's going to get him in the side room, which shouldn't be an issue. If he's got like a briefcase or something that he can lure one of them with.
Yeah, I'm trying to imagine this moment in just 90 seconds for Kenny. It is supposed to be around the 5-minute mark, but Kenny must have triggered one conversation somewhere along the way or one phone call. It doesn't really matter. He's looking really set on winning this map now, especially after the IlikeHitman struggles with the disguise. Still cannot get it.
Again, at this point, he would have been better off just leaving Abel, unfortunately, and letting him come back. He didn't know that when he started it, but...
Yeah, it was the highest 3-minute mark for IlikeHitman, and now it's almost 2 minutes later. Oh, so unfortunate.
And he can't seem to place the coin now either. Okay, if he throws the coin in here, he should get him on the hook.
Might just be too little too late, but Kenny has one very peculiar situation now with Ken reaching this area, and now he's reading the letter, and this is the room where you can get a KO on the card, and usually you do the KO on Ken, but now you need 2 extra steps because you cannot do it with a KO. It has to be a live kill, and you have to change disguises. So it will be really tight timing if you can do it before Ken reacts and gets to the body.
That's why I was thinking maybe if he had like a briefcase or something like that, he could put it in the corner of the room for Ken to go for, or at least for the bodyguard to go for, because he could follow Ken down to the basement. But he's gone for a KO. He's got to be very quick if Ken gets down the stairs. Or he might get away with it if he sees the body. He might actually be better off letting him run back towards the body there.
So there's a suspicion meter going, but it's not the chest passing, it's the actual enforcement dot, so there was no peekaboo there. Very lucky for Kenny for not have that...
I don't know how he didn't see the body there either.
Yeah, that usually is the body found for most players. But now Kenny on even ground waited very nicely to finish... finish walking down the stairs, gets the second kill, and it's a very solid first try 7-minute run, and we'll take Bangkok with it.
Yeah, IlikeHitman just unfortunate, way too long trying to get Abel there.
It's a very nice live kill on Jordan, but turns back to red. I didn't see. He went from red to green to red. So
yeah, I think he might have got an NTK when he blew it up. Yeah. Yeah, just spent a bit too long, unfortunately, on that Abel isolation to just completely threw the map off for him. So, but yeah, strong from Kenny. First run.
And that's the IlikeHitman pick taken, and I was expecting them to take their own maps because they were looking solid favorites on both sides. IlikeHitman actually won the previous 4 Bangkok spins he tried, dating back all the way to the World Championship. So that's a big setback for him, and the Santa Fortuna pick is no less of a strategic pick by Kenny.
Yeah. Santa Fortuna is always an interesting one. Can kick up some very... The spins vary wildly on this. You can get some very easy spins where you've got all disguises in the right places, or you can get, because of the size of the map, it can be like a 15-minute spin with disguises on opposite side of the maps for whoever you need. It's one of the more interesting maps I find, just because of how big it is and how spaced out the targets are.
That's a very good point. Sometimes the best you can do is isolation or just sneaking around without getting to one of the targets, for example going through the mention area without touching Rico, and that can add to the spin timer so much. And if you're lucky, then you can chain it together with a opening strategy which probably kills 1 or 2 targets in 3-4 minutes, but otherwise you are looking at 10 or even more in a tournament setting.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can see the map record, 10 minutes 20. I believe this is the only map record that's still in double digits. So it shows that it's not an easy map. Even the easy spins are not easy. So
yeah, it will take some time.
Yeah, lifetime performance. IlikeHitman one win, 2 losses, 3 losses, 2 ties. So 2 ties on Santa Fortuna. So obviously not his favourite. Kenny just one play and 1 win. So kind of hard to judge with that little stats. But yeah, the two ties is quite telling, I think, for IlikeHitman. This is
especially even though those were, at least one of them were World Championship settings, so 30-minute timer, it's of course never good to have map with multiple ties, and I think Kenny picked up on it. But on the other hand, it was one of 6 maps for Kenny where he had a 100% win rate, so only 1. Of course, that's not incredibly hard to do after 1.5 tournament, but
yeah,
he had a solid win there.
It's one of those tricky ones when you're trying to do picks and bans and you see, oh, they've got 100%, but it's one play on 3 different maps, and you think he's trying to do it tactically sometimes, but yeah. And this was the reason why the ban was so hard for IlikeHitman. He banned Marrakesh, which is another map by Kenny where he has a 100% win rate after I think 1 appearance, and Kenny had an easier time with Dartmoor, although not the best map for IlikeHitman. It's telling that he banned the shortest map, the
previous shortest map. We don't have a lot of data on the new Dartmoor, but there was like at least one infamous or famous win for IlikeHitman in the loser bracket semi-final against T-North, and it's just which was a decider. So he expects that IlikeHitman to have the nerves in place for these short quick maps. So,
and also banning a map that is technically already banned in this round shows that he must think that IlikeHitman is dangerous on that map. Otherwise, they wouldn't have been able to play that map anyway. So he specifically banned that.
Absolutely.
Knowing that, which is you wouldn't expect to see unless he thought he was going to be dangerous on that map. So
yeah, after all this, he could still take IlikeHitman's Bangkok pick, and now he's on his own match point at his own map pick. So let's see how he handles Santa Fortuna, which is Rico Delgado, SMG as drug lab worker, Jorge Franco, injected poison as shaman, and Andrea Martinez, falling object as submarine crew.
Quite like this. Shaman and submarine crew, arguably the two hardest. Well, not the hardest. Shaman's out the way. The submarine crew, I know a lot of people don't like. A lot of people will start submarine crew if it comes up. Shaman, none of the disguises are allowed in the areas where the targets are, so that's quite cool.
Yeah, I think the first thing I think of Shaman is that it adds 2 minutes to any given spin, so probably not going to see world record even perfect execution.
Yeah, he's very out the way, even though he's an easy grab because all of those people who are by him are too high to know the difference. So he's just very far out the way, isn't he? And drug lab worker's not overly difficult. This is an interesting one. Live kill for Jorge shouldn't be an issue, but falling object, Andrea's not seems easy, but there are a number of wandering eyes in that area that can cause you problems.
Who was it very recently with Andrea falling object, and was really nice to see him? I think it was Speedster.
I was thinking David Red Sox potentially. I think it might have been. I can't remember.
It was Barbecue against David Red Sox, who used the coconuts, I think, 2 days ago, because I was going to say Barbecue, but he played since then. But yeah, so that would be a reason with the KO, but I kept telling myself it is possible to do it live. Andrea walks under the flower pot after leaving the mansion area.
Yeah, and with the coconuts, there's a balcony on the opposite side where a woman comes out to smoke. She can see the body from there, so you've got to be sure. You've got to check that balcony to make sure there's nobody on it before you go for it. I've ripped a few times in practice while doing that. Yeah,
potentially difficult kill there, but doable without target chaos, and just how they will handle it. KkennyZ will likely not have the disguise for the 2.5 minute mark. IlikeHitman starting submarine crew, and I think that chains a lot of the spin together with the Rico isolation if the submarine is triggered, or some of the panels are changed. I'm not sure how exactly the mission story works there, but that triggers Rico, and then you have the disguise for the Andrea kill. And so that would be a lot of progress.
I always like seeing 2 different starts as well. It's always... Although it does make it quite hard to work out who's in the lead sometimes when they're on very different strats, but...
always a good watch though, for sure.
I mean, Santa Fortuna's not my... I'm not great at Santa Fortuna, but I know I would probably start sub-crew here just because I know you can get the ISO, and like you say, you've got the disguise. You're kind of killing 2 birds with 1 stone there, so... But there's still a lot of legwork that needs to be done, especially with the shaman.
So Kenny entered this room with, I think, the easiest submarine crew, but still far from trivial with the 3 NPCs in this room. But this will cost him some time, and I think the first cycle falling object is definitely out of reach now. But
yeah, there is a sub crew. The one I know of, you can get him with a generator behind a rock, and there is a box right next to him as well. I'm not entirely... It's somewhere in the caves. I can never remember my way around the caves, but there is a kind of a free one almost that you can get by just luring him with a generator, and then there's a box right next to him. He goes behind a wall on his own. So, but getting there might be the trickier part of that one.
That's usually a good sign, when there is a generator and the box, then you really get wall hacked, but it's always a bit difficult here around this area. But IlikeHitman has the setup for Rico and has the disguise to approach the cartel compound. Looks decent for that first kill, but of course it depends on the approach. He has the silence pistol, so nothing to worry with the shooting of the...
Yeah, he's gonna shoot the log. Kenny has the sub-crew. He's carried that whole room, and I don't believe anyone else goes in there, so should be fine there.
Yeah, Kenny gets the disguise. Nicely dispatching of these 3 NPCs. 3 minutes into his run. And quite far away from the cartel compound, so he might get the kill on her way back to the compound without a lot of waiting. So in the end it won't end up with a lot of waiting, but I think IlikeHitman being well behind in-game time wise, he can still get the kill first. I think it's going to be a bit close for him as well.
Yeah, the time's quite interesting here. Kenny is a minute ahead, so that Rico ISO and getting the sub-crew has taken a lot longer than just starting down there, and now they're kind of back online with each other.
So synced.
So yeah, it's quite interesting to see the difference in those two isolations.
Yeah, the players are at the same part of the map. Yeah.
Absolutely pinpoint timing here.
Yeah, absolutely. Now if he has the right angle, and
he
does, but there's the enforcer looking,
and he missed the pot.
Who little did he know he could have shot the flower itself. It's some of the falling objects have the generous
I think that's the only type, isn't it? Those little ones you can shoot any part of it, can't you? Rather than.
But that brings back the lead to Kenny, and it's now 4.5 minutes. But it's not. It is a good lead, but still no targets, so it's like a...
Yeah. It's got a bit of a wait here before she gets back. Definitely looking at the same planter. So neither of them looking at the coconuts.
Yeah, definitely an approach I can get behind. And I'm not exactly sure when this second approach will begin. I was going to say 5.5 minutes because the consume poison would be around 7, and there is a lot of conversations for Andrea to have. So I'd imagine she's really soon back in this place now.
Way back in. Hopefully he doesn't miss. And there we go.
Martinez is down. Good work.
It's first kill of the spin. And Rico KO'd with the mentioned staff start next to his sports car. Will be the second kill, but will be one kill in the future, but the second kill will be Jorge, most likely, because he's going towards the shaman area, picks up the shaman disguise and will get to the coca fields. It most likely a seeker. We'll see his loadout very soon.
Yeah, I think that makes sense, and then you can just grab the drug lab worker on the way back whilst you're there. It's going to save a lot of hassle going backwards and forwards. Obviously, he's got Rico down as well, so...
And the exit next to the last kill. And lots of firearms in that inventory. There was at least one dart gun, and it should be the seeker for the easier Jorge isolation. And the silent distance is already there.
Yeah, he's going to have to hope for good timing on Jorge, because there's kind of one good toilet and one bad toilet, isn't there, that you can get?
Yeah. Still not 100% figured out that other toilet. Maybe one day. I have heard some discussions about it, but still not convenient enough for matches.
No, I'd say Santa Fortuna is definitely not my forte, so I can't help with that one.
Kenny making progress with the shaman disguise first, getting rid of this NPC, and then probably the shaman.
Yep, I say the 3 people sitting down are not an issue they will never hear or see. Not fake, but effectively fake NPCs.
Yeah. Sad and good call on hiding him in the bushes, because
Yeah.
at around the 10-minute mark, or 10 plus somewhat, the street soldiers will enter this area for some reason. I'm just remembering bodies being found in spins. I haven't explored the guards' behavior, but
Yeah, I wasn't
does
aware of
happen.
that. So
Always better safe than sorry, of course.
yeah, there's lots of those little things on a few maps, isn't there, where like 10 minutes into a map, something randomly happens that you don't normally see.
Yeah, it makes roulette so nerve-wracking, especially when you're deep in the run and not sure where the NPCs go after a certain amount of time.
Yeah, and yeah, 8-9 minutes into a run, you definitely don't want to be ripping.
Kenny patiently waiting for the other two street soldiers to pass by, and this is looking fairly safe for Jorge, who is towards the right indeed. He might be in the botany lab, and in fact he's just leaving that, which is
Yeah,
the nicest
perfect
window
timing.
for the seeker shot, because he gets at least 1, maybe even 2 minutes to get that shot, and he will go to the right bathroom.
Just got to be a little bit careful he doesn't rustle too much. He's going really slow. He is playing this really, really safe, which is good. I think he probably knows that this is a 10-minute plus spin, so wasting a few extra seconds on just going a bit slower is definitely worth it.
Yeah, very good call. But unaware to KkennyZ, IlikeHitman is making a really nice ground on him. 4.5 minutes in his run, but actually about a minute and a half behind real-time wise, with Rico set up the same way, just not in the mansion stuff area, but instead next to the hippo. So it is much closer than we expect.
Yeah, he's
Kenny
optimized this really well. And I'm assuming he got Andrea, he got that first cycle this time, so that's helped him a lot, where Kenny was standing around for quite a while waiting for her.
He got the kill there, and IlikeHitman taking every part of this spin faster than Kenny. Might see a catch up here, but of course he has to wait for these cycles and not rustle any bushes, because then they will turn around. Has to stay close to them.
Now this can be a little bit of a risky drug worker to go for. I tend to go for this one, but I have seen him being spotted in the bushes a few times if you get just the wrong timing.
Wow, now that's news to me. This is going to be my safest.
Yeah, I have seen it. I don't know. I mean, that could have just been a rare NPC out of position or something like that, but I have definitely seen him being spotted before, but
Gotcha.
that's generally my go-to one.
Yeah, nothing is safe here in this game, so sadly. Can you get
You never know when an NPC is randomly off his route.
Yeah, absolutely. Kenny with the disguise and IlikeHitman in the coca field area. IlikeHitman couldn't be as speedy in the last minute because he was held back by the...
Yeah, and I didn't see if he had a seeker in his inventory or not. He flashed his inventory up quickly, but I didn't see if I think he might be going for the hut.
That's his best shot for the time being anyway, because it is the end of the first cycle for Jorge. Not sure if he's entering or leaving, or he's in there. As long as he looks back one more time, it should be fine for a peekaboo, but I think he's just past that one, and IlikeHitman will struggle to get this isolation. There's no way you can get a peekaboo from there anymore. It will have to be a seeker or some peekaboo, for lack of a better idea.
Ooh. Kenny just got bullet impact noticed. He should be fine.
He shot 3 times to turn around the 2 mansion guards on the right, so he can sneak past through this middle area. That's brilliant, and that will be the last kill, as long as he changes to the silenced SMG.
Yeah, just trying to see if he's got the keys already. He's going to have to go in and get them.
Sports car key is in inventory, and there's the last kill. It might turn into a triple shot, but the 3 seconds will be enough to exit this area, and that will be the second map win for KkennyZ and the match.
Yeah, very clean. I think IlikeHitman's strat was definitely quicker there, but the rip didn't help him, unfortunately. and he's a bit stuck on Jorge as well. So yeah, clean. Was that first go from Kenny?
No restarts to my knowledge.
Yeah.
Started Santa Fortuna a little slower than IlikeHitman with that first kill, but on her way back he got the kill, and from that there was no stopping him, and yeah, it's perfect day for him so far, and we'll advance to the next round.
Well, I've gained a lot of knowledge from watching this one, so both on the map and on Kenny, who I will be playing next. So
yeah, exactly. Let's see if I can interact with the right button and show you the brackets, which is just confirmation, as we already knew that Crewdy will play KkennyZ in the winner's bracket, and for IlikeHitman it is losers bracket round 2 for now, and Keep It Cool as his next opponent, followed by Phanium. So there's a potential for what's that, runner-up versus runner-up in as early as losers round 3. It's a brutal bracket. And I think we can very quickly already go to the next match, and Barbecue so early up, but is casting Mendo versus Ludenstar, so that is where the raid is going to. GG's to KkennyZ and IlikeHitman for playing. Thank you to Chromax for adminning this one, and thank you Crewdy for joining me for this co-cast.
yeah, no worries. Thank you for having me. GG's to the players.
Yep, and thank you everyone for watching, and see you for the next match. Bye.